Do you want to be the leader of your team, the centerpiece player that everyone looks up to and trusts? Well, then you have to understand that you're given the leadership status only to the degree you're willing to transcend your own needs for the needs of the group. Okay, this is really crucial here. I've seen a million times over players who only focus on themselves. Okay, they only focus on their own selfish needs and desires and completely disregard the needs of the group. All right, and they think that by focusing on themselves, they will be better off, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Because the thing is, what you give is exactly what you receive. Okay, and leadership isn't a title, it's a mirror. The type of energy, the type of effort and mindset you give away, it's exactly what comes back to you. And I want to remind you here that leadership isn't taken, it's earned, okay? It's actually a privilege, right? Because the moment it becomes about you, about your role, about your stats, this leadership, that trust will be taken away. All right, and to truly emphasize my point here, I want to share a story here, a story of alphas, okay, which is about the origins of leadership, right? So, thousands of years ago, people used to live in tribes, okay, and with that, they lived usually in the wilderness, right? Like they were surrounded by the wilderness, by the woods, by all these dangers lurking around, wild animals, predators, and in those tribes they were these alphas, the leaders of the group. Okay, and again, they were given the leadership status to the degree that they were willing to transcend their own needs for the needs of the group. All right, they had to do their role. Otherwise, they would be thrown out, right? And these alphas, these alpha males often, right, they would have two jobs. One would be to protect and provide. All right, so protect the tribe from the dangers lurking around, from any enemies that would attack them or wild animals, and at the same time provide. So provide food, right, and shelter. And the thing was that as long as they did what they were supposed to do, right, as long as they did their role, they lived their purpose, their responsibility, then they kept their leadership status. Okay, they were still entrusted to be that alpha male of the group. And with that also came a lot of perks, right? They were able to choose their mates. But at the same time, if they didn't do what they were supposed to do, if they started only thinking about themselves and their own selfish needs and desires, and they didn't do the needs for the group, then what would happen in those times, okay, was very extreme. They would either get cast away or they would get killed. And that was something that was normal back then because if you didn't do what you were supposed to do, then this were the consequences. And to truly bring the teachings of this story into today's DNA and age, all right? So, you as a basketball player, you as a leader of your team, right? You might not have literally the same responsibility as far as providing and protecting, but as a leader, your responsibility is to serve, right? Is to elevate those around you, is to make those around you better. Okay, and as long as you do that, then you will keep that leadership position, right? As soon as you make it about yourself, then this will eventually be taken away. All right, so what you truly want to do is you want to get to know your team, all right? So your teammates, your coaches, the staff, right? You want to get to know them on a personal level, not just as players, but also as human beings. So you understand what buttons to push, so you understand how to motivate them, all right? It's hard work, it's a big responsibility. And if you truly want to be a leader of your team, then you make sure you do just that. So, own your purpose, serve others, and give selflessly. If that resonated, and if you truly want to build up the qualities of a leader both on and off the court, then hit that subscribe button and join us on the journey, as there is no better place to be for basketball players than here. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you soon.